Have you ever seen a former UFC champion get escorted out by security from a UFC event? Not because he started a fight, not because he attacked anyone, but because he wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. And somehow, it only made the story even bigger. Today we're talking about Sean Strickland, one of the most outspoken and controversial figures in MMA, who managed to turn a UFC Fan Fest into complete chaos after allegedly sneaking into the event, jumping into a WWE ring, getting surrounded by security, and now possibly facing criminal charges. But here's the crazy part. Sean says he was banned. The UFC says he wasn't. So, who's actually telling the truth? Let's get into it. Sean Strickland had already been making headlines after claiming he was left off the guest list for the historic UFC White House event because of his outspoken political opinions. He publicly suggested that his criticism of President Donald Trump, along with his comments about Israel and the conflict involving Iran, played a role in keeping him away. But UFC CEO Dana White quickly shut that down. According to White, nobody banned Sean Strickland. He simply wasn't invited because seating was extremely limited. That could have been the end of the story. Instead, Sean decided to write his own ending. He traveled to Washington D.C. anyway. Fans immediately recognized him. Crowds surrounded him. Videos started spreading across social media. It almost felt like Strickland had become an attraction of his own before the event had even started. But what happened next is what everyone is talking about. According to multiple reports, Strickland somehow made his way inside the UFC Fan Fest held near the White House. And for a brief moment, it actually worked. He even climbed into a WWE ring that had been set up for fans. Within seconds, security rushed in. Multiple officers surrounded him and escorted him out of the venue as spectators watched the entire scene unfold. No punches, no resistance. Just one of the biggest personalities in MMA being walked out by security in front of everyone. And then, Sean did what Sean Strickland usually does. He posted about it. On Instagram he joked that he might have been charged with disorderly conduct, saying, "I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool." He also thanked his supporters, saying their support meant everything after what he described as being banned from the event. Now, it's important to point out. At this point, Strickland was not arrested. However, he claims he could still face a disorderly conduct charge in Washington D.C, which is a misdemeanor that can carry fines and even possible jail time if prosecutors decide to move forward. Whether that actually happens remains to be seen. But regardless of the legal outcome, the internet has already picked a side. Some fans are calling Sean authentic, saying he refuses to play by anyone else's rules and simply showed up for the people who wanted to see him. Others believe this crossed the line, arguing that if you aren't invited to a secured event, you don't get to force your way in, no matter who you are. And honestly, that's what makes this story so fascinating. Because with Sean Strickland, it's almost impossible to separate the fighter from the headline. Love him or hate him, he always finds a way to become the conversation. So now the question is, was this another example of Sean being unapologetically himself, or was this a publicity stunt that went too far? Drop your opinion in the comments because this debate is just getting started. And if you enjoy fast, honest MMA coverage without the unnecessary drama, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because we'll keep you updated on whether Strickland actually ends up facing charges, and everything else happening inside the fight world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.